Yeah, I've never gone to those places. So welcome to our channel. Once again, as I said, if you haven't yet subscribed, please feel free, subscribe to our channel. If you need this content, or if you feel like this content is useful for you, feel free to subscribe. Well, welcome, Mr. Katongo. There are some people doing 3 jobs. We will not rule out this one.
Sure.
So what's your take about that?
I'm gonna run you like just a minute down the US. Like when this president was running, he was saying one of the words he used, like no tax on overtime.
Yeah.
That thing was running and people were happy about this.
Yeah.
So the reason why Canada is different, I'm gonna answer this through the camera.
Yeah.
It's they wanna make it equal for everyone, I would say. Like if you're doing overtime, you're taking someone else's job. So someone somewhere else there is unemployed because you're working overtime.
Yeah. But that person is not there.
He's somewhere is there. Like there is always unemployment somewhere. So the only way to discourage you from doing that is tax.
Okay.
That's
they overtax that.
Exactly. Man. So you in your mind you'll be like, why am I have to make overtime? Then I have to pay for this. So I would say, you know what? I'll stick to this. And another thing that I would want to say on camera, but I would say this. People who do 3 jobs or 4 jobs, some of them have, it's called under the table, okay?
Yeah.
There are some risky jobs whereby they pay you cash, which is untaxed, okay? So, but that's still risky. Like there's no insurance on that thing, so you might get injured, whatever, and the government won't cater for that.
Yeah.
Some injuries are life-threatening. So, for me, 2 jobs, actually I've never done 2 jobs. But I would recommend, like, if you wanna still stay in the same bracket of how much you earn. I know they made a minimum pay whereby everyone who's earning that amount is okay to live with 1 job.
Okay.
Because these systems are all like straightened up, or they are made to fit you. I would say they're meant to fit you. Like there's a tax bracket, I would say, if you earn over 40,000 a year.
Yeah.
Below that, the government gives you back some money. But if you exceed 40,000 in a year, somewhere, no, it depends. Sometimes they don't give you GST. There's called GST, which comes every 3 months. Sometimes they don't give you that. Okay, but if you exceed that and whatever is exceeded was through overtime, they're gonna tax that.
I will tell you something, and I was so mad about this, man. I worked very well.
Yeah,
I thought I'm okay.
Yeah.
For me, in the back of my mind, I thought that if I work too much, by the time when I file my taxes, I will get back some good money.
Yeah,
that was in the back of my mind.
Yeah,
and I worked very well within that year. So reaching to file my taxes, and this guy who files my taxes for me was like, "Hey, Mike. According to what I see here, it's like you have to pay back some money to the government." And I'm like, no way. I came here thinking that I'm going to get some money from the government because I've worked a lot. And he's like, no way. He just turned his computer like this and he's like, so you see here,
how much was
it says that you have to pay 1,700 back to the government. And I'm like, no way. How will I pay all that money? Where will I get that money from?
Yeah.
Because by that time, even I had quit from the other job I had because I left the other job.
Yeah.
I saw like I need my time.
Yeah.
I don't have time. I just run from the other job. I go to the other job. I don't have time. I have to, to get time for me to move around. I have to know Canada. I have to make friends.
I know.
And I'm like, no, let me just leave one of the jobs. I stay with one job.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, this is the system. It's not me. It's on the system. And I'm like, okay, so if I'm supposed to pay back that money, so will I get some GST back? And he's like, yeah, they will give you some GST back. And I'm like, how much will they give me? And he's like, let me see. Oh, yeah, they will give you $47. And I'm like, come on.
That's way too little.
Yeah, that's way too little. And I'm like, it's like they're not giving me anything.
Exactly.
And they're taking everything away from me. So I want you to shed a very good picture to someone.
Okay.
If someone is new,
which
advice would you like to give them? Because they all come with a goal of doing 3 jobs, 2 jobs. What would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
Okay. The best way to beat about this tax Actually, it's not even beating it out. Even the government knows about it.
Yeah.
You can do your 2-3 jobs, whatever, if you have the guts, the energy. But you gotta go into a system called RSSP. SSP.
RSSP.
It's a retirement savings plan somewhere.
Yeah.
So this amount, like your employees deduct some amount they keep aside for you. So for the government, it sees it as an investment in yourself. Okay. So you invest in yourself. So you keep it, and some, like my employer, they double that amount I put in RSSP. Okay. So if I put in, like, let's say $200 like every 2 weeks, so for the 2 weeks that's like $400. Okay. So for a month it comes like 800. So when you go to file the tax and you did these 3 jobs, okay, the government thinks you're investing money somewhere.
Okay.
Because that money, when it comes out, when you put it out, it's like another income to you. So when you're filing tax and you have RSSP, this reduces the amount of tax you pay.
Oh.
So even if you're supposed to pay back to the government, they won't take that because you have an investment somewhere. So that's the plan. That's how they do that.
So let's say someone is new and this person doesn't know about the RSSP, blah, blah, something.
Yeah.
Do you recommend them to do 2 jobs?
I wouldn't say. Depends. Actually, if you don't, because a normal work pay in 2 weeks, it's between 35 hours to 40 hours. Okay. If you don't exceed your 40 hours in a week, that's still in the range. Even if when you do 3 jobs, but you don't exceed the 40 hours.
The 4 hours.
Yeah.
Man.
So you might be doing 3 jobs, but you get like 15 hours, 40 hours, 20 hours, like students. So yeah.
How does it work with the students?
Some students which are registered are not supposed to get over 35 hours because they have to go to school and then study. And for them, it's different, like permanent.
Okay, so Arafat, I want us to compare about these countries down. Because I've seen people debating, people talking different. I mean, people have got different opinions about Canada, about the United States, about Europe. They try to compare Europe and Dubai. They try to compare Canada with Dubai, Canada with Europe. So, I mean, if it's you, what's your take? What would you say? Where is the difference, you know? How could you talk about that?
First, I would say, there's a saying in Uganda, or what's the word? Maybe I'm forgetting. Like you say. So I would call Canada home, okay? For me, it's home. And whatever issue happenings, whatever, I call it home. One reason, I've been to Dubai myself. I've been to US myself. Okay?
Good. Then.
So I've been to all the 3 countries. I haven't been to Europe, but it's
at least you've
matter
gone to
time.
those others.
Matter of time, I now will be there. So first, I'm gonna say about one thing about the country, Canada, about its social life, about its governance, about people. There's too much freedom in that, like as if like we have no government. Like you can do whatever you want. Like, but in a law, you can't like say go on streets and kill people, whatever. But it's like it's a free world. Like it's so free here, free of speech, free to do whatever you wanna do. Like it's so free,
as long as you stay within the law.
Exactly. Okay. The other thing about the country, Canada, is about the free health medical care.
Here is a niche there.
I think it's only 3 countries in Europe. I think it's Sweden, Norway. Well, there are like 3 or 4 countries in Europe which have this free health care. So like in the Americas, I would say the Americas, that means the whole American continent, down Brazil up to here. It's only Canada that has free health care. You have a flu, you cold, whatever, it's treated for you for free. Well, for the US, you gotta go into your pockets to pay for that.
Let's focus on Dubai, because those people over there in Dubai, for them think that, anyway, like I said, the money we work is being taken back within taxes. But we have to understand this also. There are some people who do some very good jobs, being paid very well, and even if the government takes taxes, but still they get money?
I'm gonna say this. You might live in Dubai for 100 years, but you'll never be home. As a person, as whatever you need, Michael, you need a home.
Yeah.
Set up a family, kids, whatever. You gotta be somewhere you feel like you're safe. Where am I safe? Home. Imagine your kids going to school for free. Imagine getting medical care for free.
Yeah.
Okay. These countries pay for this. Like they make their kids pay for school. I don't know, but I think they do that. Okay.
Taxes.
You might be, this is the taxes exactly you pay. You might be working, like here, you gotta work for, if you're permanent resident, if you get a permanent residence card, you only need to have 3 years and then you get your citizenship. Okay. A whole process can take you like 5 years. Okay. I would say.
Yeah.
But if you're in Dubai, the Middle East, whatever, you will never get that, even if you work with them for 20 years. You will never call it home.
Yeah.
You'll finally end up going back where you have to go back, okay? You can't raise a family in Dubai. I know people do it, but it's not like you're raising it, you're calling it home.
Yeah.
You're always on the run. You're like, am I here? Contract, whatever, it's done. I want to go back home. No, this country gives you stability. So this is why we call it home. I call it home.
Yeah.
Because even if I pay much tax, I know I don't have to pay for the hospital, the roads. I won't have bumpy roads, whatever. So it's my tax is worthy. Like I know where it's going.
Yeah, me too. I saw that because I sometime back, I wanted to do a root canal for my teeth.
Yeah.
But to the work where I work from, everything was done free. And according to what we know, these countries or the Western world, making something like a tooth, taking it out, doing a root canal, putting on a crown, it's really expensive. But I was surprised that everything was free. And even in Dubai, it's expensive. You cannot do this.
You can't do this.
So have you ever gone back to Uganda ever since you came here?
Yeah, I've been to Uganda 3-4 times.
Things changed, yeah?
Things changed.
How is it? How are the people?
It's so unlucky. My first time going back to Uganda, I was going to see my mom. My mom was sick. And actually, I went there like on a vacation, but I found she was sick and I didn't enjoy that time because I had to take care of my mom. And then a little bit of fun happened, but not to the full extent that I would say.
Yeah.
And then the second time I was there for burial, she had died. I had to go back and bury.
Oh, sorry.
That wasn't my expected time to go back to Uganda because it was unexpectedly. But the last time I went to Uganda, it was fun, I would say. I had put all the burial stuff I had done. My mom gone. Now I gotta live my life. Okay. So if you plan, if you know, okay, like it's now March here, okay, and I wanna be back in Kampala like in November, December. If you plan for this, it's fun.
It's fun. Okay, so a lot of people would like to come to Canada.
Yeah.
Is there any way you would advise them? Is there anything you can tell them that about the social life, about getting jobs, what they expect? Because some people may come here expecting good things. Yeah, I know there are good things here, but some people think that when they come, they will get those good things.
No.
So try to prepare them, try to tell them what they should expect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give an example of myself.
Yeah.
Like when I came here, I didn't know anyone actually. Like I think I said this earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't know anyone. And I've taught everything that I know myself through experience, through suffering, through mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give one example. Like when you knew these countries give us credit cards, okay?
Yeah.
So they give you a credit card of like
talk about that.
5,000, 1,000.
Yeah.
If you knew and they give you 1,000, you think it's yours.
Yeah.
So when my first credit limit was 500. 500, okay?
Yeah.
I used it all the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't pay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to access, how to pay back. I didn't know stuff.
Yeah.
So it takes 3-4 months. I get these emails. Oh, your payments are overdue. Payments are overdue. I'm like, what payments? I thought it was free money.
Yeah.
Because sometimes no one teaches you this. These things you never know.
Yeah.
So I asked this guy who gave me the rent first time. And he was like, oh no, when you give a credit card, it's money when you need it, but you gotta pay it back. Okay, so that was my lesson. The good thing, it was 500, which is payable, I would say.
Yeah.
But other guys, you don't know, like even getting stuff, cars, whatever, like you get it on financing, whatever, but still you gotta pay for this.
Yeah.
So these are the lessons that I learned by myself. But like, it's better when you're coming in, at least you have someone to give you an idea or ask. Sometimes Ugandans, we think we know everything. We have this ego, pride. I know stuff. I don't need someone to tell me.
Yeah.
The ways of life in Uganda are different from how we live here. It's all different. Like, there are stuff you gotta ask or know how to. And again, the first year that I came in the country, there was no snow. So I came around October, November. That time you don't have snow, but it was warm. I didn't know, so I was still wearing shirts. So you go to the mall in a shirt, and then it rains. You buy a jacket. The next day, so you didn't know. So for now, like how we live the world, you gotta check the weather every day. Is it raining today or in the next 10 days? So these will help you not to spend. Because if you go in shirts and it starts snowing, you gotta buy something. You can't stand.
You're gonna die on the road.
Exactly. So you gotta buy something. So these experiences, sometimes you gotta know by yourself. Sometimes you have friends who might teach you how it's done or whatever. But I believe the experiences you gotta go through as a person to know, to learn by yourself.
So that means,
yeah,
you cannot just start into the good life you thought.
No way, no.
You have to go through process.
Somehow you gotta go through this.
I always tell people,
Yeah,
when someone comes in here, and this person is like, "Hey man, I'm not getting jobs," and this person is like, "I've been giving out CVs to a lot of companies. Like I've been sending CVs to different companies, but I'm not getting any job." I always ask these people, "Okay, so tell me, Yan, be free. Tell me, how long did it take you to get your Canadian visa?" And this person is like, me, I'm a student, and it took me 2 years or 1 year to get a visa. I always tell them, okay, so if it took you 1 year to get a visa, it means that you accepted that you're gonna be patient. So if it took you that 1 year and still you waited and you got that visa, you're gonna do the same here.
Yeah.
When you come here and you start giving out your CVs to companies, you have to be patient.
Okay.
Even if it takes you 6 months, even if it takes you 7 months, you have to be patient.
True.
So this is the advice I always give to people. When you come here in Canada, don't expect to get a job right away. Some people can get jobs right away, but normally you have to go through the process. You have to wait. And getting a job, you will not go to a company, let's say an engineering company, let's say it's called Sprite. You will not go to that company direct and say that I'm here looking for a job of being an engineer, this and this. No, you're gonna go online, you will apply that job online, they will pass through all the applicants and they will say, okay, now Arafat qualifies for this job. Okay. They will call you and take you for interviews, and if you pass the interviews, that's when they will take you into other processes. Like it's always level 1, level 2, level 3.
Yeah.
So you getting a job, you come here knowing you're gonna look for that job.
That's true.
Even if you are a doctor, you're gonna study. After studying, you will look for the job. Sometimes some people are lucky that after studying, jobs are there. You can get a job right away. But after studying, that takes us back that it's always a level. Level 1, you came in, you have to study, get the certificates, you get verified. Was it verified?
Yeah.
What they did to your sister?
They evaluate. Like
they evaluate you. Then after that, you start applying for the jobs.
Yeah.
And sometimes, even if you think you know, still you would go for interviews and they fail to give you a job, and they say this job doesn't fit you, or you failed the interviews. But imagine by the time you came in here, you knew what you were doing. But there are always some other people who are above you, who know more than what you do. So please, if you're coming here to Canada, I don't know, does it work like that in the United States also?
Oh.
Is the system the same, the job system?
Yeah.
So that means it's the same.
The same, yeah.
So if you come, just know that you will not dive right away in a job, in the work you want to do. You have to go through the process. And if it needs you to wait, be patient. Just wait. And the more you wait, because they say patient pays.
Patience pays, yeah.
Pains but pays.
Yeah.
Is it like that?
Yeah, patience pains but pain.
Yes. So you always have to wait. But you don't have to lose hope still.
Yeah.
And Canada is like a buffet. Because a buffet, I will talk about the buffet for Uganda. Let's say our local food. Our buffet has got rice, has got beans, has got meat, has got cassava, muogo, lumonde, and more others. So it's up to you. When you come to Canada, you choose what to eat.
Yeah.
You may say that I will eat rice, I will eat muogo, I will eat beans.
Yeah.
You may say I will eat posho, I will eat beans, and I will eat groundnuts. So when you eat all those things, that means you're doing food poisoning. Your stomach is gonna give us something we don't expect. So this is Canada. Yeah. So it depends. When you come, like let's say, still an example for the buffet. When we come, just stand aside, watch. What am I gonna eat? Should I eat that? When I eat this, what are the repercussions? So when you come, just be patient. Stand back, watch, ask. Whatever you need to know, ask. I think it's like that, right?
Yeah.
So
actually, the good thing about now, like I feel happy for the guys coming in now. Like before, because I didn't know anyone. Now there are social groups back here in BC. Like there's a Ugandan community, like around 2,000 people. So like there's always some Ugandan you're gonna meet somewhere. Ask them. Like these guys have been in the country, now they know. Unlike before whereby you didn't know anyone, now you can meet someone. Like there are groups people meet and then like socialize and know what to do.
There is another question I always ask people.
Yeah.
I always ask people whenever we do these interviews, because we need to prepare people.
Yeah.
Have you ever faced any form of or any sort of racism ever since you came here?
Yeah.
How was it?
Racism will never stop. Even when you're born here. I have a friend, a co-worker.
Yeah.
They were born in the country, but they're black. Okay.
Yeah.
So when they see you for the first thing, they see you as a rival. I'm gonna give you my first incident. I think that was my first year, my first month. You know how in Uganda we have these buses, like you go in a park, you find bus to Chileka, whatever, okay?
Yeah. So putting in 18 people.
Exactly. No. Sigende.
My friend Asman behind the cameras, he was a taxi driver and he used to put 18 people into a car.
So about the 18 people, I'm gonna get there first. But so I stood at Granville station.
Yeah.
And I was asking the guy where the buses are. Okay. I came to ask the guy where the bus is. The guy saw me coming, he ran away.
Wow.
That was direct racism.
Yeah.
At its cost. Like,
maybe he didn't know English.
No way. He's white.
Yeah.
The question was, where are the buses?
Yeah.
You know what you should have told me? There are stops everywhere. It's on the road. But the guy ran away. I was like, why? So in my mind, it's like, am I going to go through this all the time?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the best part of it. Now, like when you're going on the transit, you're in the transit.
Yeah.
So our trains are like, you got to sit like 5 next one another.
Yeah.
If you sit next to someone who's a racist, they'll stand up and then move.
Okay.
Okay. That happens. So when I'm telling this to my black friends, black people, black brothers, black sisters, if you face this, don't give up, okay? What I like about the Africans here, or the black people that I've met, every time you meet a black person, they give you a nod. They'll say like, hang in there. That's how they say, hang in there. Yeah. Because like we all go through this at our workplaces, at train stations, buses, whatever.
Yeah.
So racism is something that we ourselves won't abolish. Like this thing won't go in our regime. Yeah. Maybe in years to come, but I still even face it now. You know, I have a good ride, okay? My ride is good and I'm proud of my ride.
Yeah.
I park my ride somewhere next to someone and they look at you like, how can you afford that?
They don't think that you can afford
They
that.
don't think I can afford that thing.
Imagine.
And I'm like, one guy even asked me, how much do you pay? And I'm like, why? I paid cash.
Yeah.
Like, no way. So, like, these things, when people see you, they think there's stuff you don't deserve to get.
Yeah.
You come to a place where someone lives and he's a black, you're like, you're doing drugs?
That's what they can.
No.
They think.
When they see someone who's successful and you're black, they don't think you can get it the right way. They think you're doing something in the back.
You do something illegal.
When you
mostly
go to parties,
Yeah.
parties, like social parties, they ask you, oh, you have some joint? Like, why me? The guy told me because you're black.
Yeah. They think we have to be doing those things.
That thing.
Whenever they see our skin, they think of us doing committing atrocities like those. I'll give you an example, or I'll give you a story about me, about racism. You know, you're right. We will always face racism. Wherever we are. But I'm so proud to be black.
Yeah.
And I know this is who I am.
And you can't change that.
And I will never change. And this will always be my skin color.
Exactly.
So, there are two incidents I've faced racism. But a person who does it to me regrets why they do it to me.
Exactly.
Because I'm not violent, or I'm not this person who shouts at people.
Yeah.
But at least I try to give you back what you've given to me.
The same energy.
The same energy. I give it back to you. Tit for tat. We have a person in Uganda, he sang a song saying that, he said, if someone punches you a blow on one cheek, that's Bobby Wine.
Yeah.
In the ghetto where we come from, you don't put another one
Yeah.
for him to punch.
Yeah.
If he punches you on the right one, you punch him back on the left one.
Return the favor.
Return the favor back. So that day I was it was last year. It was Taylor Swift's concert.
Yeah.
So I was outside there trying to shoot some shots. I was getting some bites, like some people. I had some friends there, and one guy came just next to me, standing there. He was also shooting, and he was like, "Where are you from?" According to the way how he asked me, I thought he's friendly.
Yeah.
And I was like happy, you know. I came back with a smile, a very big smile to him, and I'm like, "I'm from Uganda." And he's like, "Go back to your country." And I was like, "Sorry, what did you say?" I had to pause it. And he said that, "Go back to your country." Well, as we know that also Canada was started up, or is a country for the native people.
Exactly.
No, I'll leave alone the immigrants, because we immigrants, we just came in.
Yeah.
But basically, Canada is for the indigenous people,
Yeah.
the First Nation people.
Yeah.
So I told him, "Hey man, so you're trying to tell me that I should go back where I came from. But I like your looks. You look like an indigenous," because you can differentiate if you see an indigenous or a First Nation person.
Yeah.
You can
tell.
see and you can tell and you say, this is a First Nation, because even the way how they behave to the people is very different.
Very different. Totally
Yeah,
different.
Totally different. And they are so friendly.
So friendly.
And I'm like, oh wow, according to what you said, what you do, how you look like a First Nation person.
Yeah.
And you know, he looked at me like this. He couldn't say anything. He just walked and go. And I'm like, "Hey, come on. I'm live on TikTok. Come and tell these people how does it feel you being a First Nation person." He just went and go. Then another person, I was in a train. So I came to sit where he was sitting.
Yeah.
He stood up. So when he stood up,
I know.
and he went to another place, like he hung, like he was touching onto a certain pole.
Yeah.
He left the seat and he stood somewhere, like he was standing somewhere.
Yeah.
I also left that seat. I went just next to him, and I also did
What
the
are
same.
you doing?
And he's like, "Hey, what's up? Why are you coming to me?" And I'm like, "I just don't like that seat." And he's like, "I left it for you." And I'm like, "But it is 2 seats for both of us, me and you. But you left, so I don't need it also. Let other people sit." So he felt ashamed people around, like, they knew what he was trying
Of
to
course,
do.
yeah,
So he
yeah,
had
no.
to get out of the train. to get out of the train, and I went back and I sat, and I was so happy other people came and sat, So I give you back the energy. So these days, if someone asks me, where are you from? I just say that I'm from hell. Yes, I don't, because I don't want, because if you give them that very good, friendly, reply,
They don't like that.
you never know. That person may be bad, maybe having some other intentions. So I just tell them, I come from hell. So if you tell me, go back from where you came from, I ask you where. Just tell me, where did I come from?
That thing of the train incidences, like, so many people face this. So many. Like, it's not only you. Like, I know everyone there, like, maybe if you're watching this and you're in Canada, or if you're planning to come here, if you face this, don't give up.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, it drew me, like, it drained me, because I was using transit before. Every day you face this, and again, people will be like, they bring up to you, like, you're from work, you're tired, then you get this, you'll be like, why am I even working?
Yeah.
Why am I even going for work? I thought they told me it's a free world.
Yeah.
Don't give up. These things, it happens here, it's in Europe, it's in the US, it's everywhere, but just don't give up, because we know we're not born here, but don't show. Don't rub it in.
So, because at least for you, you've been here for some good years.
Yeah.
So if something like this happens, is there any way you can do any alarm? Can you call, let's say, can you report this incident to the police? What do other people see? I mean, other people around, when they see this, do they do any reaction or something like that?
Okay. Word to word, it might not make sense. It might not make news. If you stand up and then leave, that might not make news.
Yeah.
But there are some words they can't use.
Yeah.
They can't use the N word.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, someone gets this on camera, that's called assault. Okay? And if it goes to fighting, but you're fighting because of being a racist, that's also criminal. So, like, because, like, the world we live in, people have their phones by their hands. So everything is recorded right away. So someone might be recording if there's a fight somewhere, but if the N-word comes out and someone's recording that thing, you can report to them.
You just report.
That's assault. Because, like I say, this country has laws, and whatever they do, they follow that right away. It's on record, and it's a law. You can't assault. Actually, there were cases about COVID, I would say. So they used to assault Chinese people here because they were saying, "Oh, it's from your country, whatever." So they find pictures of them, write like blank words, whatever they write. They do all sort of stuff. But then the police was like, if it's on record, it's camera, and you have evidence, it's a criminal. Like, it's like,
it's a crime.
It's a crime. Yeah,
wow,
you gotta pay for that. They give you a ticket. So racism, racist, whatever exists, but it's a criminal. Like, it's a crime. Someone's gonna pay for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you shouldn't fear anyone
Don't
wishing
fear.
to come here.
Yeah.
Just expect that.
It's not fair.
This is it's a usual life. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Because I was talking to a certain lady. Her name is Irene Mvili. Big up on yourself. Yeah. She knows things about Black history.
Yeah.
And she talked about this. And she was like, racism is everywhere.
Yeah.
They may not practice this, they may not do it direct to you, but sometimes they may do it systematically or systemic. Is it systemic?
Systematically.
Like within the system.
Yeah.
They can do this within the system. So it is still everywhere. So we don't need people who wish to come here to think that Canada is just roses and berries and roses.
Berries, like, yeah. Bed of roses.
Bed of roses, things like those ones. Just expect these things will be there. But don't give up. Don't lose hope. Just keep pushing. You just have to know, if you're here, keep it on your minds. Why are you here? Why did you come here? You know?
Yeah.
And is there some last words you would like to tell them, our people from Uganda, or watching around Africa? Because basically I need this information to go to
Africa.
African people or the communities over there.
Yeah, my thing about what I want to tell Ugandans, whatever, or Africans, whatever. When we come there for vacations, and you see me with bodyguards, I'm not joking. It's not like I'm showing off, I'm flexing. Like, you know, like it's scary, like, you know, walking on downtown streets, whatever you are, like those, I won't call them ghettos, but life is different here. Like, I'm used to walking on the street here. Look, I'm gonna give a scenario. You're walking or you're driving, because we can't have phones like when you're driving here. But your phone is somewhere, or you have it by your pockets here. No one will pick it up.
Yeah.
If you forget your phone somewhere in the mall, no one will pick it up. They'll pick it up, then they'll bring it to you.
Yeah.
But in Africa, you gotta watch all the stuff you have. You gotta be careful. You gotta walk like you enclose stuff in here.
Yeah.
So when you see me with bodyguards, which I do,
I will say something small. Do you encourage them to come here? Would you call someone to come here?
actually, let me look straight through this.
Yeah.
All my fellow Ugandans, all my African friends, my African brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
whatever you guys are, please, this country, you know, they used to say US is land of freedom, but it's Canada, land of freedom.
Yeah.
Come here. Like, if you feel like you got something, you gotta do, expand into your life, money, whatever. Like, you're gonna live a better life. Come, let's work. Let's enjoy this place. Like, it's better. The more the merrier. Like, if you so many here, like, life will will move on so better. And don't think in my mind, where am I gonna start from? I have no one that I know. You'll always have someone there. There's always someone. Like, will always know a new Ugandan who's somewhere. So we'll always find you. So just come and join us and let's live happily here.
Yeah, well, Puzzle Media viewers, as Mr. Arafat, Engineer Arafat, as Engineer Arafat has said, don't be discouraged. If you want to come to Canada, just come.
Yeah.
Just pack up your bags, do what you're supposed to do. Come to Canada. You need to work, you need to study, you need to stay, because from 100, you will find that 90% of the people within Canada here, they came looking for greener pastures, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so you should not be discouraged. I mean, a lot of news moving around about Canada, about the United States. You know, people say Europe is better. People say that Dubai is better. I've been into those countries all, but at least I can say Canada is better.
Canada is better.
I will also do the same with you.
Yeah.
Guys, just come. Canada is here for us.
For everyone.
For everyone.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Puzzle Media. Don't forget, share, like our videos. If you feel like this content is useful for you, share this content. Like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Peace out. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Puzzle Media.
Puzzle Media.